Good morning, yogis. Welcome to the 9:30 a.m. Vinyasa class. My name's Chris, for those of you who don't already know, and it's my honor to take you through 60 minutes of Vinyasa flow. I'd like you to start by coming, if you haven't already, to a gentle seated pose so you can relax, soften down through your hips and lengthen up through your spine. A couple of last minute rearrangements I see going on there in the cameras. Hope you've all got time to transition out of your day and settle into your practice. Allowing your heart rate to settle down. Allowing your shoulders to soften. And allowing the crown of your head to reach just a little higher towards your own ceiling today. Long and neutral through your spine. And we'll take a couple of 4-4 Ujjayi breaths together. Remember to make that gentle whisper sound in the back of your throat. Sounds a little bit like this. I'll try and work it with the mic. It's almost a quality like you're breathing through the straw. You're just constricting through the glottis muscle. It increases the load on the lungs and works the lungs. It's like a little workout. And we'll inhale for 4 and exhale for 4 so we can balance our nervous system. So allow the breath to gently leave through your nostrils, seal your lips, and inhale with me for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, remember the whisper sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Twice more together. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Allow yourself to be present. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, nostrils. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue to breathe with your own natural cadence. There's a shifting of your awareness away from the busy thoughts and deep in with the breath, taking you inside your body, giving you the beauty of this present moment. Good. Gently place your right hand onto your heart and place your left hand on your abdomen so you can feel your own breathing cadence. And we'll set our intention for the practice together. May this practice heal and strengthen your body and your mind. May this practice heal and strengthen your body and your mind. Good. We'll gently come into warm through the 3 planes of movement, starting with the sagittal plane, so moving backwards and forwards through the spine. Come into a all fours position. Weight evenly distributed across your hands and your knees. Follow the cadence of your breath and inhale to lower your abdomen and raise your chin. So you're arching through the front of your spine. Then exhale to press your spine towards the sky and draw your chin towards your chest. Finding your own natural cadence and being kind to your body, remembering all the way through your practice that you can modify wherever you wish to make this comfortable for you. Inhaling to find your cow pose, dropping the belly, raising the chin, and exhaling, find your cat pose, arching the spine, drawing the chin towards the chest. There's a link between your breath and the movements. You can feel this in your body as you loosen through your spine for 1 more round, maybe taking sexy cat, moving the hips around in a big circle if it feels right, feeling looseness in your shoulders. Good, then come back to the original all fours position and we'll step into gate pose to open up through the frontal plane. So step your right foot out. You stepped your left foot out, don't worry too much. Just do the opposite next time. And place your right hand on your right thigh. Good, and then inhale to lift your left elbow up and over your left shoulder. Try and stay in a flat plane. So you're stretching through the frontal plane. The danger here is that we get lazy and kind of lean forward a bit. But I need you to imagine you're sandwiched between 2 bits of very thin glass. If you press them, they'll break. So you're gently extending over the right side of your body to open up through the left side. Reminding the spine it has this range. One full breath fills your lungs. Stay for a full exhale. Then as you inhale, place your left hand back on the floor and come into a supported side plank. So float your right leg up off the floor and then lift your right hand up towards the sky. And as you engage through the right leg, wind your right wrist around a little and wind your right ankle around a little, just to warm up through the joints before we start the practice. 2 or 3 times in each direction. And see if you can stay with your breath. Good, and then float your right foot back down to the ground and walk your left hand out in front of your left knee and reach your right fingertips a little higher. So there's a long straight line between both hands before we take a big breath in and exhale to dive into the transverse plane this time, rotating around the neutral spine as we soften the right shoulder onto the earth and get a nice early stretch through the inner right thigh. Good, your left hip is above your left knee, stacked beautifully. And you give your body a little space to unwind, to rotate around your spine. One more long breath, you can feel it coming in through your nostrils. Let it go out. And then inhale, float the right hand straight back up to the sky, long and straight and open through your heart space. Good, and we'll switch to the other side. So bring your right hand onto the ground and step your left foot out. Come on up. And we'll stretch through the frontal plane, left hand on left thigh. Good. Knee, hips, shoulders stacked. Inhale, right hand up and over. So the right elbow begins to pass over the right shoulder, but try not to lean forward. If you lean forward, you'll just compress into your facet joints. I need you to open up. So you'll feel a stretch through your right rib cage. And there'll also be an opening on the right-hand side of your spine, as you find full, comfortable range, never going any deeper than feels right in this moment. The breath comes in through the nose and straight into your right lung to open up through the right side. Good, then float your right hand down onto the floor and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So you can keep your left foot on the floor if you wish to modify. Otherwise, float the left foot off the floor to engage through the IT band and the outer left thigh, and float your left hand up towards the sky and reach your fingertips a little taller. And then use this to wind through the left wrist 2 or 3 times in both directions, and also wind through the left ankle 2 or 3 times in both directions. Nice. Then float your left foot back onto the floor if it wasn't there already, and walk your right hand out in front of your right knee. There's a long straight line between your right wrist and your left wrist. You're opening your heart a little higher to the sky. You feel the breath come through your nose as you inhale, as you exhale. Sweep your left hand all the way down and around in a big circle. Soften your left shoulder onto the ground. Good, and allow your body to rotate through the transverse plane around your neutral spine. Big breath comes in. Long breath comes out. Maybe you feel the stretch on the inside of your left thigh. Then inhale, your left hand all the way back up towards the sky. Big reach through the fingertips, yogi hands, engaging Hasta Bandha through your left hand by stretching the fingers as wide as they'll go. And then exhale, bring your hand back onto the ground and rotate onto your bum. Setting up for boat pose to warm up through the core. Bend your knees through around about 90 degrees and keep your hips at around about 90 degrees too. Often helps to modify just placing your hands on the back of your thighs to begin with. But feel your core engage. And you'll probably feel yourself dumping down into your shoulders like this because it's easy to rest onto the spine. I need you to weave and knit your shoulder blades towards each other around the back of your spine so you can press them into the back of your heart, pushing your chest forward. So you're lifting your heart and drawing your shoulder blades back. To do this, you've got to switch on your core, right? You can feel it. And then when you're ready, you can begin to come into high boat pose, raising the shins off the floor, keeping the belly drawn in, arms can straighten. Good, take a breath in here. As you exhale, come down to low boat. So you come down towards the floor, but stay off the floor. I can't see you from here, but you can. Good. Inhale, come on up to your high boat. We'll do this 3 more times. Try and lift through the heart as you go, and broaden through your yogi hands. Exhale, low boat. Good, stay there for just a moment, then inhale, high boat. Belly is on, shoulders are broad. Exhale, low boat. Feet and shoulders are off the floor. Inhale, high boat. Last time, exhale, low boat. Feet, shoulders off the floor, belly is on. Good. Inhale, high boat. Then straighten through your legs, cross your knees, roll over, and come straight into a forearm plank at the top of your mat. Good, so you've switched on your core. You're now ready to press out through those legs, wake them up, and reach through the crown of your head. And please puff up through your upper back. Your yogi hands are pressing down into the earth. Your shoulders are directly above your elbows. You take a long breath in, and as you exhale, draw your left knee to your left shoulder, and come on back to your forearm plank. Take another breath in. As you exhale, draw your right knee to your right shoulder. Good, we'll do this twice more on each side. Take a breath in, exhale, left side, the left leg stays off the ground, come back to your forearm plank. Breath in, exhale, right knee, right shoulder. Come back to your forearm plank. Last time. Breath in, exhale, left knee to left shoulder. Come on back. Good. Keep the knees off the floor. Press the shoulders to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, right knee, right shoulder. Come on back. Good. Then from here, exhale to walk your toes up towards your elbows and soften through your neck. Engage through your bandhas. So draw your belly in and up. Lightly engage your pelvic floor. And see if you can draw your Adam's apple in towards your spinal bones. So you're drawing your chin in, that makes it easy, but we're engaging the muscles through the back of the neck. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, come on up into your Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Nice long breath in through your nose. I'll have a little look around the room, make sure you're all doing fine. As you maybe take a little bend through the left knee and the right knee, find a little fluidity through your posture. Feel the breath moving through your body. Light engagement through Uddiyana Bandha. Broad hands press down through the first knuckle. Good, then shift your weight into your left foot and inhale your right foot, three-legged dog. And press your right heel as far away as you can as you point your toes towards the earth, and then lift your leg a little higher. Yes, Kirsty. Good, long breath comes all the way in. As you exhale, only bend your right knee. Just bend the right knee, nothing else. And then inhale, rotate your right knee up to the sky, scorpion pose. And send your gaze underneath your right armpit. Beautiful work, Fran. Draw your right heel a little closer to your sit bone. I know you've got the range. Yes. Nice. And if you're feeling it today and you can just feel your center of balance shifting across your left hip, you might float into, yes, Julia, your wild thing. Pushing down strong through that left shoulder. There's a temptation to dump into the left shoulder here. Don't do that. Push the ground away and press up through your right rib cage. Straighten out through your left leg and reach the right hand up and over and feel the breath. Beautiful. Modifying where you need to. Maybe you come back a little early to three-legged dog if you need to, not a problem. Big breath in here. As you exhale, if you're in wild thing, please float your right hand to touch the earth and float your right foot straight back up to the sky and take a nice big breath in. We'll all meet in three-legged dog and fill your lungs through your nose and exhale to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Beautiful modification, Wyndham. Perfect. Maybe you can give your right knee a little kiss. Nice one, Kirsty. Then exhale, send that right knee straight up to the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, draw your right knee to your bent right elbow. Draw your right knee to your bent right elbow, strong with your breath. Exhale, three-legged dog. Well done. Last time, big breath in. Exhale, draw right knee to left elbow. So across the core, stay strong with the belly. Big breath in. Exhale, three-legged dog. Beautiful. Press the right heel straight up. Toes point towards the earth. Big breath floods the lungs. The exhale slowly floats that right foot gently onto the earth. Take a little wiggle and notice if there's any tension in your body you can breathe softly into as you now shift your weight into your right foot and inhale your left foot straight up, three-legged dog. Good. Well done, Katie. Press the heel away. Point the toes towards the earth. Nice. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Only bend your left knee. Nothing else changes. Body is strong. Then inhale. Left knee rotates up towards the sky as you send your gaze underneath your left armpits. Coming into your scorpion pose. If you wish to modify and stay in three-legged dog, that's fine, friend. If you're in scorpion pose, please draw your left heel a little closer towards your sit bone and press the knee a little higher. And then maybe, if you're feeling it today, you can float that left foot down to the earth. Coming into your wild thing, soft and gentle with your body. Nice modification, Katie. Reaching the left hand up and over and pressing out through the left rib cage as you breathe long and strong through the whole of your body. Make sure you're gentle through that right shoulder and modify where you need to, Kirsty. Don't be hard. Gently floating your left hand back onto the floor and the left foot straight up into the sky. Three-legged dog. We've got 3 tucks coming up. Big breath in, exhale, tiger curl it forward. So draw your left knee in towards your chest. Arch your shoulder blades forwards. Big breath in, exhale, press it up. Three-legged dog, long, straight, beautiful, powerful. Left leg, heel presses away. Big breath comes in. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. So bend your left elbow, touch it gently. Big breath in, exhale, press it straight back up. Three-legged dog, perfect. Awesome, Katie. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale last time, left knee to right bent elbow. Cross the body, strong core is on. Big breath on, exhale, three-legged dog. Nice modification, Wyndham. Awesome. Stay with your breath. Exhale, left foot a little higher, everybody. Find your exhale and use it to float your left foot gently back down to the earth. Feel your breath cadence as you find child's pose, softly lowering your knees and widening your knees as wide as your mat. Press the tops of your feet. Allow your big toes to touch and gently soften your hips down. Glutes might even touch the heels. Walk your hands forwards if you haven't already. Reach your heart down towards Mother Earth and rest your forehead. Maybe you can roll your forehead slightly left and slightly right and just gently feel how this has a knock-on effect all the way down through each vertebral spinal bone and into your hips. Gently, softly moving your hips. You wouldn't see it, but you can feel it. Regain your 4-4 breath and listen to the whisper sound in the back of your narrowed throat. Send your energy into your navel and use one of your exhales to draw the navel in just a fraction more. When you engage your navel, draw it in towards the spine. It's like tightening a weightlifter's belt around your lumbar spine. The front of the belly almost becomes like an air cushion, so it distributes the weight for the lumbar spine. You're really protecting the lumbar spine when you engage with the Uddiyana Bandha. So why not keep it on all the time? These bandhas that we go on about are a co-contraction of muscles around a joint, and we use them to protect our joints when under load in the practice. So gently engage Uddiyana Bandha. Lightly switch on your pelvic floor. Use your Ujjayi breath to fuel your practice and maintain your bandhas. Maybe the palms of your hands are pressing deeper into the ground and you can widen the space between your right thumb and your right baby finger and do the same on your left hand, and then feel the energy in the palm of your hand. The more you feel the energy that exists inside your hands, the less your monkey mind can distract your awareness from this present moment in time. 2 more long, soft ujjayi. You can hear the quality of your breath. 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, tuck your toes and come back to your downward facing dog. Super gentle, super slow, kind and soft compassion for your body. As if the body you have right now in this present moment time is the thing you have the most compassion for in the whole world. Gently reaching your sit bones a little higher towards the sky and pushing weight down through the first knuckle of your finger so you don't overload your wrist. Good. Fill your lungs. Feel the chest expand as you breathe in through your nose. And then exhale to bend your knees and look towards your hands. Walk towards the top of the mat. Try and keep your fingertips on the ground and walk your feet between your fingertips. Doesn't matter if you don't. Straight into your forward fold. And send your gaze between your shins so you're no longer, that's it, let go, Julia. Well done. So you're no longer stressing through your neck. Place your right palm on your left bicep. And then rest your left hand on the inside of your right elbow. It's a really nice way to kind of lock the arms so you don't have to use any energy. And then you can relax through your spine and allow this pranic lift through the base of your spine. So there's an energy lifting through the base of your spine, connecting you with something higher than yourself. And there's a gravitational pull down through all of the vertebrae of your spine, all the way through the back of your neck and the crown of your head. So you have this decompression through your spine. Now you might like to just hang out here or maybe take a swish to the left and the right. Listen to your body. If you go left and right, see how that feels at the base of your spine. Whatever feels right. Inhale through your nose. And then exhale to bend your knees a lot so you can rest your rib cage onto your thighs. Yeah, release your hands. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come to a standing pose with your arms next to your chest, next to your waist, sorry. As you exhale, come on up. Then as you inhale, now float your arms up, nice and slow. And watch your palms as they press them together delicately and lift your heart. Breathe in and exhale to forward fold. Bow from the hips all the way to Mother Earth. Release through the spine. Now inhale and take a halfway lift. Flat back with the shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Release the spine. Good. Hang out here for a second and see how you feel. I'd like you to tune into how much weight you can feel through the soles of your feet. The balls of your feet, the heels of your feet. Do you have a bias? Are you shifting too much weight into the balls of your feet? If you are, spread some back into your heels. But try not to shift your hips back. Try and keep your hips over your ankles. Good. From here, try and keep the hips over the ankles as you now inhale to a halfway lift. If you keep your hips over your ankles, you'll have to use your hamstrings a lot more, strengthening through them. Exhale, forward fold. Good. This time I'm going to inhale back to the high prayer, but try and keep your hips over your ankles as much as you can and recruit through your hamstrings, long, straight back. Inhale, reach the hands high, press the palms. Exhale, forward fold, long and soft towards the earth, hips above the ankles. Inhale, halfway lift, hamstrings are on, back is flat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, one breath, high prayer. Keep the hips over the ankles, strong through your hamstrings, lift up through your heart space. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center, Samastitihi, and find your Tadasana completely and utterly, not just hanging out, actually do it. You know what to do. I'm not going to give you any cues. I want you to feel this for yourself. Tadasana, mountain pose, strong. You happen to be vertical. But if someone picked you up and made you horizontal by hanging you from your waist, you'd still be long and strong because you're engaged. Good. Let's come into our first sun salutation. Keep your bandhas on. Feel Tadasana in every single pose. And we'll come through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, both hands towards the sky. Take the opportunity for a mini back bend. Exhale, both hands towards the earth. Inhale, hips above the ankles. Exhale, step back to your high plank. Switch on your core. You can modify knees to the ground if you wish. Take a breath in here. Strong through your shoulders. Exhale, a whole body down to the ground. Good. From the ground, don't presume what we're doing next. Keep the toes tucked, so not tops of feet yet. Push your palms down and draw your elbows in towards your rib cage. Nice. From here, strong through your body, just like Tadasana, long, straight, powerful line. Exhale to slowly come back up to high plank. And notice where your elbows are. Now, if your elbows were close to your rib cage, you will have had to have turned the eye of your elbow forward. Consciously turn the eye of your elbow forward now. Take a breath in here and exhale so that you can bend your elbows back to brush your rib cage as you come down towards the ground. Good. Now you can press the tops of your feet and inhale, baby cobra. Soften shoulders away from the ears and float your hands off the floor so you know you're using your spinal muscles. So often I see people doing baby cobra like this, and really all they're doing is dumping into their low back unless you've got incredible range and power. Far safer to stay neutral through your back, reach through the crown of your head and gently float the hands off the ground and open through your shoulders. So you're weaving your shoulder blades together as if you're trying to press the back of your shoulder blades into the back of your heart. Good. From here, take a breath in. As you exhale, now tuck your toes. Come through a little child's pose if you wish to keep it soft and gentle, and all the way back into your downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Twice more. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Once more. Breathe in through your nose. Look through your feet. Exhale. Bend your knees. Look to your hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Toes between the fingers. Inhale. Push down. Halfway lift, you're pushing down, your hips are above your heels. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, one breath, high prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twice more. Inhale, high prayer. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. Yogi's choice, chaturanga or to the earth. Modify where you need to today. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth so you can really dump the residual air from the inside of your lungs. Another big breath in. This time breathe out through your nose. Feel and listen to the ujjayi. Third breath comes all the way in. As you exhale, bend your knees, shift your drishti to your hands, and on empty, walk or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, one breath, sweep it up to the heavens. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Last time. All the way. Inhale, halfway lift. Strong back. Exhale, step back. High plank to chaturanga dandasana or the earth to modify, but think about your elbows. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog can lift the heart, the thighs are off the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. So press your sit bones even higher. Find length through your neutral spine as you push your hands. Hasta Bandha pushes the mat down. Breathe in to fill your lungs. Exhale, soften your heels to the earth. Breathe in, lift your heels. Good, Fran. Exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. Lightly step or fly. Feet between the fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep your hips over your ankles. Strong through your hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, one breath. Fill your lungs as you reach for the heavens and push your palms together. Good. Exhale your hands deep into your heart center, samastitihi. and feel a connection. Soles of your feet, you can feel the ground underneath your feet. Equal weight in both feet, Julia. Lift up through the crown of your head and find length through the whole of your body and engage through at least 3 bandhas. Belly is in and up. Pelvic floor lightly engaged. Chin draws towards the throat. What we're actually doing is compressing the throat towards the spine to lengthen through the back of the spine. Remember, if someone were to lean you over, your Tadasana would hold you strong. You wouldn't flop down, right? Tadasana is a strong pose. It's an isometric contraction through nearly every muscle in the body. It'll give you strength and balance and poise and patience. Such a beautiful thing to be able to find Tadasana using gravity and engaging energetically through the whole of the physical body, and then being able to come into a sun salutation. The physical body gives us this amazing range. Let's practice balance before we come into sun salutation B. So I'd like you to shift your weight into your left foot and exhale your right knee about as high as your navel. Now you can have your right foot kind of lazy and floppy, that's normal, or you can flex your right foot and energize the whole of the leg. And then send the left hand to the outside of the right knee and extend your right hand forward like you're shaking someone's hand. Remember the Tadasana cue. So push down through your foot and raise through the crown of your head. And then inhale to sweep your right hand all the way back through a semicircle. Nice. You're finding your balance, right? And if you wobble, or if your right foot touches the floor, or you wave it, it doesn't matter. Don't try and make it perfect. Allow the lessons to happen. You can always hold on to a wall or a piece of furniture. You can modify, you can step down, you can relax for a minute. Don't let the challenges stop you learning. Flow with them. Gently rotate your right hand back towards the middle and take prayer hands on the inside of your right knee and gain a little pressure between the inside of your right knee and the back of your right hand. And then inhale to press your hands wide. You're pushing your leg out of the way. There's tension there, so your muscles are building a little bit of work through the balance. You're still reaching the crown of your head high, pushing through the sole of your foot. So your standing poses become easier because we're balancing and practicing this way, right? Proprioception. Remember, it doesn't matter if you fall or step out of this or hold onto some furniture or touch the wall. Do all of those things. Good. Gently draw your right knee back into center and draw your right knee towards your right shoulder. And see if you can get a hold of your right shin or your right foot somehow. And encourage your right heel towards your belly button. So bring your right heel to settle just in front or towards the front of your belly button. So you're pushing down through your left leg and reaching high through the crown of your head. There's a little quiver here. Your left ankle might be dancing around a little bit to stabilize. That's good. One more long breath in. And as we release, try not to catapult, Julia. Let go slowly, float that foot down. See if you can do it like a Tai Chi movement. The slower you go, the more you're building the neural pathways that supports your proprioception. Then place your right foot on the ground. Have a little wiggle if you need to. And then push your right foot into the ground and float your left foot maybe a millimeter off the floor. So you can feel all your weight through the sole of your right foot. As you engage, press your right toes down. This will give you more stability. Then exhale to draw your left knee about as high as your navel. And place your right hand on the outside of your left knee and reach your left hand forward. Yogi hands will help, right? If your hands are soft and floppy, you'll make it harder for yourself. Stretch your fingers, engage Hasta Bandha, protect the wrist, even though they're floating wrists. And then inhale to sweep your left hand all the way around in half a circle. Press your left fingertips back. Draw your left knee forwards. Reach through the crown of your head. Twist, twist, twist. Balance, balance, balance. Breath, breath, breath. And make sure you're looking at one single point. Until we move again to return the left hand all the way to the front and take prayer hands on the inside of the left knee and build a little tension between your left knee and your left hand so you can feel the energy in your left thigh. And then inhale to press your hands wide open, push that left knee out, strong through your right leg, lengthen through your spine. Feel the earth through the sole of your right foot. Balance. Good. Exhale, draw your left knee back in towards your chest and gather up your left foot. Maybe you can grab the blade of your left foot and encourage your left heel towards your navel. As you open up through the inner left thigh, the left glutes, practicing balance through your right leg, engaging through your shoulders, building a little strength, resistance work in the shoulders as the arms lift the foot. And that right leg learns how to balance for you in all those little challenges. And if you step out of this, just think to yourself, yes, that's where the lessons are. Well done. Take a breath in, and as you exhale softly, like Tai Chi, release that left foot and let it float down towards the ground. Nice. We'll come into another flow just to loosen off. Sometimes all this work can build a little bit of tension or chi blockage in the body. Let's flow a little. Come to the top of your mat. We'll come into Sun Salutation B. Inhale, both hands towards the sky, and exhale into your Utkatasana. Sit down into your chair pose, right? Good. You've got this. Take a breath in. As you exhale, forward fold, straight through the sagittal plane. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, come through Chaturanga Dandasana. So step back, high plank to low plank. Baby Cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Move, move, move to keep the flow going. Inhale, your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your right knee into your chest and step it on forward. Keep the hips low as you breathe in to find your crescent lunge. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. Gaze is straight ahead. Stretch your left hip flexor. Take a breath in and we'll come to warrior two as you exhale, but don't come up. Stay low. Good. Flip the right hand. Inhale, reverse, painting a rainbow up and over your head. Big arch. As you open through the frontal plane, exhale, cartwheel, both hands. Frame your right foot. Step back to three-point high plank. You can modify if you wish to. Exhale to three-point low plank. You can modify if you wish to. Inhale, upward facing dog. If you're an up dog, keep your hips off the floor and your belly is on to protect the lumbar spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the chest and step it on forward. Keep your hips low in that lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Good. Sit a little lower, stretch through the hip flexor. Lift the heart a little higher, get ready. Breath comes in and use the exhale to find your warrior two. Rotate your right heel, press your left fingertips forward, and your gaze, Fran, is over your front middle finger. Warrior stares down the enemy. Good. From here, flip your left hand, reach forward, and inhale, reverse through the frontal plane. So you're not leaning forwards or backwards. It's never a back bend. It's a side bend. Good. Exhale, cartwheel, both hands. Chaturanga Dandasana. Can be one, it can be three, or it can be 4 points. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. If you're in up dog, make sure your thighs are off the floor, your heart is broad, and your belly is on to protect the low spine. Otherwise, you'll just dump into those low spine lumbar regions. Good. Take a breath in here as you exhale, downward facing dog. Some of us are already there. Such a rush. Good. Take a long breath in through the nose. Please modify as much as you wish to. I can see one student using knees. I'd love to see that student. Yes. Using full child's pose. The rest of us, another long breath in. There's never any pressure to keep up with any class other than the pressure you put on yourself. It's so important. Practice with compassion. As you exhale, bend your knees, look to your hands, and lightly step all the way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, bend your knees a lot. We're going to come back into Utkatasana. Bend your knees a lot so your fingertips can touch the ground. You're long and straight through your spine. Remember to modify where you need to. If you're coming with me, inhale, Utkatasana. You're nice and low. Good. Exhale, forward folds. Step back. Downward facing dog. Just come to down dog. Good. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, draw your right knee to your chest. Come on up, Crescent Lunge, and exhale to your Warrior Two. Flip your right hand over. Inhale, reverse your Warrior. Exhale, come back to Warrior Two. Through the exhale, we'll get ready for Trikonasana. So straighten your right leg and reach your right hand forward. Try not to dive early. Reach forward first and maximize the length between your right fingertip and your right hip. And then exhale, right hand down to the ground. Left hand up to the sky. Two long, straight, powerful legs. Knees are off lock. Breathe in to lengthen your spine. Exhale to float to reverse triangle pose. So just allow your left hand to the ground and float the right hand to the sky. Good. Raise your right shoulder a little. Keep the legs straight if you can. Right fingertips tickle the ceiling. And we'll come to Vashisthasana on the left side. So press your left hand in towards the top corner of the mat and come through a little long lunge to step your right foot to the back onto your left leg. Lift your right hand towards the sky and lift your hips towards the sky. Remember, you can drop your left knee onto the ground to modify, or even step your right foot onto the ground just below your hip to modify. Maybe you come into Vashisthasana, maybe you come a little deeper, floating the right foot to the sky, but lift your hips. That's where we gain the strength. Nice. From here, come to a long lunge, right foot to the top of the mat. Long lunge, right foot to the top of the mat. And use this as a stepping stone to come into your half moon. So place your right hand in front of your right foot and float your left hips to the sky. Left leg lifts. You can feel the energy pressing out of your left heel. And you know, if you're soft with the muscles in your left leg, it'll be heavy. If you tighten the muscles in your left leg, it'll be light. So one more breath in. As you push down to your strong, stabilizing right leg. Then exhale, forward fold. Nice. Come into a little forward fold. Allow yourself to release slightly. Send your gaze between your shins. And take a full breath in. Long breath out. Bend both your knees as you exhale. Then inhale, sweep both hands to touch the ground and come up into chair pose. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Good. From here, just step back to your downward facing dog and inhale your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest and step it on forwards. Nice. Inhale, Crescent Lunge. Exhale, Warrior Two. Beautiful. Stay with your breath. Nice. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Stretch the left rib cage. Exhale, come back to Warrior Two. Stoic stare through the middle left finger. Yes, Karen, stoic stare like a warrior. Then straighten through your left knee and reach your left fingertips far, far, far forward. Draw your left hip back, 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 back. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate your left hand down to the inner left shin and float your right shoulder so it stacks above your left shoulder. Trikonasana, two straight, powerful legs. You can feel your knees are gently off lock to protect the joints. Getting ready for revolving triangle pose. Take a breath in, reach the right fingertips higher to the sky and exhale, rotate your right hand to the ground. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Reach the fingertips. Nice one, Karen. You've got this. Beautiful. You can feel the expanse through the whole of your body as you move with this posture. Setting up for your Vashisthasana on the other side. Readjust your right hand towards the top right corner of the mat and step your left foot onto your right foot. The blade of your right foot holding you. You're coming into Vashisthasana on the right hand side. That's side plank. You've got this, Fran. So both legs are straight. You can bend your right knee to support if you wish. Lift your left hand towards the sky. Lift your hips towards the sky. Beautiful work, Katie. Maybe you float your left foot towards the sky as you maintain the lift in your hips, strong through the oblique muscles. That's the muscles down the side of your torso. For one more big breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot to the top left corner of the mat, coming into a nice long lunge. Take a gentle rest here as you prepare yourself for your half moon on the other side. Place your left hand in front of your left foot and then rotate your right hip up and over your left hip as you press your right heel out and float your right hand towards the sky. Lift your right chest, Fran. Beautiful. You can keep your gaze on your left fingers. That'll make this easier. If you want a challenge, you can float your gaze to your right fingertips. Please lift your right shoulder just a little more, Katie. Open through your heart. Beautiful breath in as you push out through the right heel and press down through the supporting leg and feel the richness of this posture in the whole of your body. Good. One more breath in. And then exhale the forward fold. Gently, no catapulting, soft, compassionate movement into your forward fold. Good. And go ahead and place your right hand on your left bicep and place your left hand on the inside of your right elbow. And allow your spine to decompress. Take a little swish left and right. Good. Option to stay here in forward folds. Maybe choosing to spend the next 30 seconds coming into crow pose. Not a pose I'm allowed to do myself anymore. But if you're coming into crow, press your palms into the ground. I'm using my fists. Press your knees into the back of your triceps. This may be as far as you come. It's as far as I come, that's for sure. Maybe you can float as you draw your knees in and draw your belly in. Maybe float one foot off the floor. Maybe float the other foot off the floor. As you arch your spine back into space, maybe you jump back into your low plank. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog, and stepping back into your forward fold to meet everybody else. In forward fold. Good. Coming into gorilla pose, raise your left toes off the floor and slide your left palm underneath your left foot. Slide your right hand similarly. And press down through the hands. Using the balls of the feet to press the hands into the floor a little deeper. And then inhale, lengthen through your spine. It's like a deadlift. You're actually lifting against resistance now. Strengthening through your back. Then exhale, forward fold. Release. Let it go. This is always a good time to check in with the bandhas. Nearly always, unless we've come to a different level in our journey. And these poses towards the end of the practice, we check in with Uddiyana Bandha and we notice that we've let it go and the belly's gone soft and floppy. And then when the awareness shifts to that part of the body, we can feel the belly resting on the inner thigh. And that's a time to draw the navel in. And as the belly moves away from the inner thigh, we feel a bit more space, come a little deeper. The lumbar spine has greater protection. The core is active. It's building energy and strength. And our consciousness has moved away from our thoughts and into a bandha. Pretty cool that you can protect your body and give yourself freedom from your anxiety just by engaging a bandha. That is, if you have any anxiety, of course. I wouldn't want to suggest that you may do when you don't suffer from any anxiety at all anymore. Go gently release your hands and step on back into a downward facing dog. Breathe subtly into any tension or stiffness you feel. Inhale your right leg slowly to the sky. Exhale your right knee gently to your chest. Step your right foot forward. Getting ready for magical. Half pigeon. Yogi's choice to modify wherever you wish. Walking your right foot to your left wrist. Softening your hips. Lifting your heart space. Maybe even lifting your hands. And then exhaling to walk your hands forward, reaching, extending through your body to soften your body down onto the ground, right? This is one of those poses where if you allow it, it will open you. If there's tension or pressure in your knee and you need to take a modification, that will stop you, so modify it. Don't fight pain. Why would you do that? The body has this amazing ability to send us little messages. Pain is an incredibly useful tool. So easily rejected and pushed aside, but pain is this beautiful messaging system where the body can tell us so many important things. Just imagine if you felt no pain, physically or emotionally. I'm not sure that's a worth life living, or a life worth living. But that's just my perception. I wonder what your perception is. I wonder if you're in touch with your perception, your awareness. Gently inhale to walk your hands underneath your shoulders and lift your heart space and tuck your left toe. We'll come into the other side. So exhale to your downward facing dog and inhale to your three-legged dog. Left foot rises. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest and step your left foot forward. And soften your right foot, your right knee onto the ground and soften your hips as much as your conscious mind will allow you to right now. And then walk your left foot towards your right hand and soften your left knee down towards the earth. Find that comfortable foundation. Take a moment. Then inhale your heart high. Maybe the hands too. And then exhale. Settle down into your half pigeon. Find length from the crown of your head to the right big toe. And open through your right glute. I think it was Pablo Picasso who once said, you can be upset because a rose has thorns in it, or you can rejoice because a thorn bush has roses on it. It all depends on how you look at things, really, doesn't it? And if you take it a step deeper, it depends on how aware you are of your own perception. If you imagine yourself in a cinema watching a film, your perception is what you're seeing on the screen sitting in the audience. But in the same analogy, if you imagine yourself up in the projector room, watching the audience and seeing yourself in that seat down in the audience, that's your awareness, right? Your awareness can oversee and become aware of your perception. It's almost like you're learning to see through your spiritual eyes rather than just your physical eyes. Gently inhale to lift your heart. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders and then press your left sit bone down into the ground and rotate both legs all the way out in front of you. We'll get ready for a nice deep forward fold. You can soften your knees as close to the earth as you wish or keep them as bent as is comfortable. Please listen to your body and any little signals it sends you. Then inhale, both hands up towards the sky and reach your heart a little higher. Exhale to lean from the hips. So angle from the hips, drawing your navel towards your thighs. Hands reach forward. Try not to put too much strain on anything. Belly is lowering towards the thighs. Heart is reaching through the throat. Hands can soften towards or onto the ground next to your knees, your calves, or your ankles. Palms can face upwards. As you now reach the crown of your head forward, draw your belly in. Uddiyana Bandha engaged here will protect your lumbar spine just as always. And it may even be more important to protect your lumbar spine in a deep forward fold. Giving you the chance to open up through the whole of your posterior chain. Maybe you can feel this from your Achilles tendons through your calves, hamstrings, glutes, low back, middle back. Between the shoulder blades, around the back of your skull and into your eyebrows. Long, soft line lengthening. Giving you a greater freedom through your physical body. Allowing the practice to create gentle shifts deep inside. When you're ready, inhale to walk your hands back up towards your hips. Bend your knees slightly. And we'll come to the ground, getting ready for our final resting pose. So I'd like you to do this nice and soft and slow. So weave your shoulder blades together, lift your heart space. You may already be down there. That's fine if you are, don't worry. Otherwise, gently walk your feet forward and soften your shoulder blades towards the ground so slowly. If someone was watching you, they'd think it was a film that got stuck. And then eventually allow the shoulder blades to actually touch the floor. And when they do, exhale, draw your knees in towards your chest and give yourself compassion, however that shows up. Do you know how amazing it is that you have this body? Take a gentle supine twist, however you prefer to, once in each direction. Give yourself this final chance to open up through your body for the final resting pose. Make sure you do both sides. If something else is calling to you, if you feel the desire to move into happy baby or even shoulder pose or plow pose or whatever it is that your body says, now is the time, please freestyle or at home. But do it with compassion. Do it with a generosity and a regard for your physicality that goes beyond your ego and anything your ego might be saying. If your body was the body of a child, and it was your dharma, your duty to protect that child with love and compassion, what would your body do now? Through the guidance of your own deeper awareness. Gently using your breath to allow yourself to now begin to filter back towards your final resting pose. If you've already arrived in Shavasana, good. Otherwise, strain through your legs and allow your feet to flop outwards. Straighten through your arms and allow your palms to face upwards. Give yourself a little twitch if you need to, a little stretch, whatever is necessary for you to then become still. Take a long breath in through your nose. And use the exhale to flush away residual tension in your body. Let it go. And while you bless yourself with this stillness, the body not moving, allow your awareness to sense the true you. Namaste, Yogi.
If you're still here with me in Shavasana, well done for giving yourself this time. And if you have more time to give yourself, even if it's only a few minutes extra, and stay with yourself. In a moment, I'm going to switch off the technology, and I'll be back again on Thursday morning. If you have any questions about anything, please feel welcome to email me. Namaste, guys. Well done. Thank you for practicing with me.